I did something for 7 weeks that totally changed my life. I started taping my mouth shut before bed. Sounds crazy, right? But my deep sleep scores shot up by over 20%, and I finally stopped waking up at 3 a.m. every single night. I felt like I'd found a secret cheat code for energy. But here's the thing. The mouth taping was just fixing a symptom of a much bigger problem. It turns out, the real secret wasn't just about what I was doing. It was about what I was stopping. And for most of us, the single biggest thing killing our sleep is something we all do, every single night, without even thinking about it. It's the blue light from our screens. In this video, I'm not just going to talk about the science. I'm going to show you the exact, step-by-step protocol I use to take back my sleep, my energy, and my focus. I used to think that being tired all the time was just normal, a standard feature of being an adult. I'd have to drag myself out of bed, mainline 2 cups of coffee just to feel human, and then fight through a fog of brain haze all afternoon, only to find myself tired but wired when it was finally time to sleep. It was a vicious cycle. My sleep tracker just confirmed what I already felt. I was getting hours of what I call junk sleep. My sleep score was consistently in the 60s. I was in bed for 8 hours, but my body was only getting half the restoration it actually needed. The real culprit, I discovered, was my light diet. Specifically, the junk food of the light world, artificial blue light. I was flooding my brain with it every evening, and by doing that, I was sabotaging any chance I had at getting truly deep, restorative sleep. This isn't just about feeling a little groggy. This is about a fundamental mismatch between our ancient biology and our modern world. But the good news is, you can fix it. And it doesn't require expensive gear or complicated routines. It just requires being a little more intentional. Section 1. The problem explained simply. So what is this invisible force that's wrecking our sleep? At its core, blue light is a specific wavelength of light our brain associates with the middle of the day. For millions of years, the main source of intense blue light was the sun. When your eyes detect a lot of it, they send a powerful signal to your brain's master clock, an area called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. That signal says, "It's daytime. Be alert. Be focused. Do not sleep." This is fantastic when it's 10 a.m. and you've got a deadline. It's a biological disaster when it's 10 p.m. and you're trying to wind down. This "be awake" signal works by actively blocking the release of a critical hormone, melatonin. You can think of melatonin as the hormone of darkness, or the official starter pistol for sleep. As the sun sets, your brain naturally starts producing melatonin, making you feel drowsy and preparing your body for rest. But when you stare at your phone, laptop, or TV late at night, you're blasting your eyes with the very same blue light that tells your brain it's high noon. Your brain, understandably confused, slams the brakes on melatonin production. Suddenly, it's midnight, you've been in bed for an hour, and you're wondering why you feel so wide awake. You've been telling your brain it's daytime, and it listened. The long-term effects of this aren't great, contributing to everything from poor memory and focus to disrupting your mood. Section 2. The turning point, my biohacking experiment. My turning point came after weeks of staring at my awful sleep data. I felt like I was doing everything else right. Exercising, eating well, meditating, but my sleep was still garbage. The data didn't lie. Something I was doing every single night was actively working against me. And the only major variable I hadn't tried to control was light. So, inspired by neuroscientists like Dr. Andrew Huberman, I decided to run a personal 30-day experiment. The mission was simple. I was going to get militant about my light environment. I would control every bit of light entering my eyes from sunset to sunrise. I wanted to see if I could, through a few simple changes, manually restart my body's natural sleep-wake cycle. I wasn't just going to avoid blue light. I was going to strategically use all kinds of light to my advantage. I was ready to biohack my way back to great sleep. Section 3. The How I Fixed It Biohacks. Step 1. The Morning Anchor. This might sound counterintuitive for a video about nighttime, but the most important change I made started the second I woke up. The key to sleeping well at night is to tell your brain, as clearly as possible, when your day has started. I committed to getting 10 minutes of direct, natural sunlight in my eyes within the first hour of waking up. No sunglasses. Not through a window. I just went outside on my porch with my morning coffee and faced the direction of the sun. Here's why this is so critical. That early morning sun is rich in the exact blue wavelengths your brain's master clock needs to see. It triggers a healthy spike in cortisol, your wake-up hormone, at the right time of day and, most importantly, it starts a countdown timer for melatonin. By getting that morning light, you are programming your brain to start producing melatonin about 14 to 16 hours later, right when you want to be winding down. It is the single most powerful signal you can send to lock in your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm. Step 2. The evening blackout. Now for the other end of the day. If morning is for light, evening is for darkness. My second rule was to create a digital sunset in my home. 2 hours before my target bedtime, all bright overhead lights went off, and all screens, phone, laptop, TV, were powered down. The goal was to eliminate the sources of blue light that stop your natural melatonin production. First, this was tough. What was I even supposed to do? But I quickly found replacements. I started reading physical books again. I listened to podcasts and audiobooks. I would do some light stretching, journal, or just talk with my family. The point wasn't to be bored. It was to find things to do that didn't involve shining a tiny, artificial sun into my eyeballs. This wind-down period became a non-negotiable part of my day, signaling to my body that sleep was just around the corner. Step 3. Hacking the environment with red light. Of course, you can't always live in complete darkness for 2 hours. You need to see where you're going. This is where the next hack comes in, changing the color of your light. I swapped out the regular light bulbs in my bedroom and living room lamps for dim, red light bulbs. This was a total game changer. While blue light screams, "Wake up!" to your brain, red light has a much smaller impact on the cells that regulate your circadian rhythm. Research has shown that red light doesn't suppress melatonin the way blue light does, and it can help your body ease into its sleep cycle. It creates this wonderfully calm, warm, almost cave-like environment that feels incredibly relaxing. It's enough light to read by or get ready for bed, but it doesn't mess with your sleep hormones. Amber or orange lights are good too, but red is often considered the gold standard for protecting your melatonin at night. Step 4. The last resort, hacking the devices. I'm a realist. There are nights when you just have to be on your computer late, or you get an important text you need to answer. For these moments, I have 2 layers of defense. First, use the software that's already on your devices. On your iPhone, it's Night Shift. On Android, it's often called iComfort Shield. On your computer, programs like f.lux do the same thing. They all work by warming up the color of your screen to reduce the blue light it's putting out. But the second and more robust layer of defense is a physical one: blue light blocking glasses. I bought a pair with dark amber or red lenses, not the clear or light yellow ones, which studies suggest often don't block enough of the specific light wavelengths that disrupt sleep. These types of glasses can help preserve your evening melatonin production, even when you're looking at a screen. Yes, they look a little ridiculous, but when I put them on, I can physically feel my eyes relax. For those nights when a digital sunset just isn't happening, these glasses are an essential tool in my kit. Section 4. The proof. My results after 30 days. The changes I could feel came first. Within about a week, I noticed I was falling asleep faster. No more tossing and turning for an hour. Then, I started waking up a few minutes before my alarm, feeling genuinely refreshed. That afternoon brain fog that had been my constant companion for years? It completely vanished. I had steady, consistent energy through the entire day. I didn't need that 2 p.m. coffee anymore. My workouts felt stronger, and my mood was way better. But the hard data for my sleep tracker is what really blew me away. My average sleep score jumped from a pathetic 65 to a consistent 88. My nightly deep sleep, the phase for physical restoration, more than doubled, from an average of 45 minutes to over an hour and a half. My REM sleep, which is crucial for memory and learning, increased by 30%. I was spending the same amount of time in bed, but the quality of that time had been completely transformed. I wasn't getting junk sleep anymore. I was getting deep, powerful, restorative sleep, and it was all because I changed my relationship with light. Here's the bottom line. Your body is hardwired to follow the rhythm of the sun. Our modern world, with its 24/7 artificial light, has thrown that entire system into chaos, and we're paying the price with our sleep and our energy. But you are not powerless. Feeling tired all the time is not your destiny. It is a problem, and this is the solution. The protocol is simple. 1. Anchor your day with morning sunlight. 2. Create a digital sunset by avoiding bright screens and overhead lights at night. 3. If you need light in the evening, make it red. And 4. Use blue blocking glasses as your last line of defense. By taking conscious control of your light exposure, you are sending the clearest possible signals to your brain, allowing your body to do what it was designed to do. Sleep deeply. You can reclaim your energy. You can reclaim your focus. You just have to turn out the lights. If this video helped you understand the power of your light environment, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to share it with someone you know who's sick of being tired. In my next video, we're going to dive into the best supplements for optimizing sleep even further, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.